So I've been wrestling with how to do these devlogs, and I think what I'm going to do is just show what I've accomplished since last time, and then maybe nerd out on some code for a little bit. So I created this menu thing here, where we can now inject like menus into the game, and they're tracked in the back end. I'll show more of that in the code side. You can see we got this loading game here where we're getting a promise that tells it when the world is actually generated and when the player's been spawned. Created some menus for inventory. Oh, and the ability to pull out blocks like this and put them in that inventory. The inventory doesn't save yet though. And then just for fun I made it where you could shoot these voxels out and then eventually they just turn back into regular blocks at their closest location. And then I created this menu here, but it still needs to be wired up to let you select the block. All of this I put in what I called survival mode, so I just borrowed that. And now the player can switch between them. So now I'm in like developer mode is what it's called, I guess. And you can highlight and select things, expand them, cut them. You can copy and paste into the grid. You can copy, you can expand its size, quantize it back in. You can rotate these bad dogs, re-quantize it, and then paste it right back in here. You can also sub-voxels do this, so we can create complex structures and shrink them down, like taking something like this. And now we have this, and it's pasteable in the field, but it is multi-layered, so we can then do this again. And there's really not an end to it, aside from when it starts impacting frame rates. And then if we look in here, it's quite a number of voxels. In the last one I made, I had it where you could do this too, and you could modify these guys, but I'm not sure if I'm going to add that in. The inventory, oh yeah, the block selector, forgot about this. It just has a bunch of colors I made AI generate for me, and you should just be able to select them and put them into the game. I guess I should have picked one that wasn't green. How about water? And you should be able to manipulate these too. And so that's how I can introduce different colored blocks into the game so that I can create my structures that I'll be using. But I'm going to want to get it where I can pull stuff out of here and put it into here. Or I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to get around to that, but I will. You can also take these guys and put them in your inventory, and it renders on screen. That was pretty complicated to do. I might show how I did that at a later time. And these trees, I got them working again and upgraded, so the world is still infinite. Still a little bit of lag here and there I gotta work out, but you can walk around for quite some time. Those purple blocks are this system I might explain a little later too. So that's really all I have on the demonstratable side here, so I guess we'll just go nerd out on Unity and the code. So I created this global UI here, which gets injected in the back end and connected to whatever wants it. And then I've got this UI camera here that renders those blocks. And then I've got this global dependency injection script here that I believe loads before everything else. It's got that -9999 execution order. So this is the first thing that runs. It creates that scope, adds stuff into that, gets our UI manager here, and it loads that main menu. This is pretty cool. So basically anything can get the UI manager if they request it and they're in line with it. There are multiple layers of scopes too. For example, the game has its own scope. Let me see where I can pull that guy. Let's see, game would get loaded in game instance manager here. And it has a create game instance that returns this probed promise, which basically lets it know, hey, we're loading the game and it's this far off percent done, basically. Wanted to show off this stuff because I kind of like it. The UI stuff. So for example, would be a good one, the player hotbar. So this comes from itself. It's wired in the prefab. These auto wire attributes will, when this thing is created, they will fill these in from the scope. See if I got a better one here. Yeah, okay, this one's cool. So this one will basically just attach button if it's on the current transform. So I just don't have to add it all in or wire it through the prefab. This one comes from the dependency injection, and this one actually gets the field on the child. So these are all pretty cool, and they're part of the scoped behavior class here, which is a mono behavior disposable, and it has this notify disposal trigger here. Here's that attach scope function, and it just takes those attributes, wires them up. And then it has the ability to get a parent scope to help with disposal. I haven't quite ironed this out yet, but I will soon. And then it runs this after attach, which just basically says, hey, I'm attached, and now these new functions exist here after attach, start, and update. So instead of using Unity's start and update, I use these overridable functions here. So this is my new start, and I know that if what's this even do? Nothing. I know that if I'm in here, all this shit has been wired. So it's pretty cool. The exceptions with it are a little bit difficult. I also added some logging between different scopes. For example, this is the global log for the application. This is the game-dependent log, and these can both be saved in their own intervals. And they don't, It's very easy once you create the game scope to then inject some other type of logger, I guess. Yeah. And that's really it on the code side. So I'll see you guys next time.